Grant Boone, Judy Rankin watching Nelly at the 4th for birdie.
Yeah, beautiful stroke. She gives herself so many birdie opportunities.
That would take her to 6 under par. All week long, players have a chance to win a Lamborghini Huracan. And Thailand's Pavarisa Yaktawan earlier today hit this tee shot, and yes! A little Lambo leap. She plays just down the road in Bradenton, Judy, at the Concession Golf Club.
Yeah, similar grasses makes a big difference.
Yeah, short par 3, and Nelly Korda to tie the lead.
Yeah, these greens are still tricky. You've got to be absolutely precise on them.
It didn't move there, Karen, did it? She thought it was going to move back towards the hole. Karen Stupples out watching this 3-ball of Danielle Kang, Nelly Korda, and Yuka Sasso.
Especially if you're Lydia Ko. She leads the LPGA Tour in strokes gained short game. She's got her eye on the pin here at 10.
She does, with an 8-iron, a good full one. Not a breath of wind at the moment, just right of the hole.
There it comes down the roller coaster, Judy.
And beautiful.
She doesn't tend to do roller coasters. She's just steady. She's like, you know,
yeah,
chugging along.
Yeah.
Dogleg from right to left. Big wide fairways here. Don't see too many fairways missed in this event. Good shot there from Lydia. Big green here and a huge swale at the front of the green. Just be back-to-back birdies to start the second 9. Get it to 5 under par. Yeah, so Lydia Ko trying to win back-to-back on 2 sides of the globe.
She's got 162. I think from here, Nelly has the option to maybe land it right by the hole if she wanted to, or land it on the top tier and let it hop back down there. Kind of like that.
Kind of like that.
Okay, not far from where Jin Young Ko was. This is at the 10th, wide right, Yuka Sasso.
Huge bank to come up and over. Got to land this one on the green. That's pretty impressive.
Holy moly.
I tell you, don't just try that sometime. Practice a little bit. I remember not that long ago when Lydia Ko didn't have a driver's license.
No.
There you go. So, you know, that's something that wasn't anticipated. And looking back, you wonder if at that late date, a change might not have been considered or made to the 70-round rule.
Now live, can she do it again? There was no Lamborghini on the line then. You were lobbying to have it grandfathered in for a 1-year lease, maybe?
Yeah, I was. I thought.
Negotiate?
Yeah.
Christina Kim for a birdie. This is a pretty incredible story. Christina Kim was in a reserve here, wasn't in the field, went to the Monday qualifier, missed out, but then got a sponsor invite, and that could well secure her playing privileges for next year.
Very important reasons, obviously.
Danielle Kang second at 11.
That's a controlled 8-iron, Tom, from 141.
Should release to the hole from there. It's kind of downhill from the front of the green towards that hole location.
And just one note on that list that we just had up. Laura Davies is a member of the World Golf Hall of Fame.
Putting back up the hill.
Oh, she didn't like that. She was up and out of it very quickly. So disappointing for those 2 players not to make the birdies there.
And a player from this area, Brittany Lincecum.
Coming off birdie at the last, going with 9-iron there. And that's not going to go in. Left side of the green.
Can you put a car seat in a Lamborghini?
No.
This is high. It's on a good line if it gets up a smidge.
Yeah, able to get it to stop, which we haven't seen too many players do today at the 11th. Oh, hates it.
Yeah, it's way right, Tom.
Is it going to go down in that little swell? No, not that far right. There's a big swale there.
That was a little smooth 8-iron. Uh-oh. Look out. Ah.
Jump to the right,
Yeah.
Jerry.
That would also not count in your season earnings if you add the $276,000 Lamborghini Huracan.
She went to this putter in the very early fall or late summer, and it's been since this putter that she's been on such a wild tear with so many wins.
She wasn't too shabby with the other one, by the way. I mean, and she's not afraid to tinker.
Flag today on the front part of the green. And that'll leave her a good chance for a birdie.
I don't know if anything would balance that out, Judy. It has to be expensive.
I think Nelly can afford pretty much anything at this point.
This one drawing towards the hole.
Nice shot. So you have the fall off to the left, and you have the big valley that runs the center of this green to the right.
It's a little fuller swing than the one she put on the last, trying to get it to draw a little bit more to the hole. It's still out to the right, though.
I think distracted by that. She talked about that a couple of weeks ago. And now she's been able to focus on her golf. Her family was very much in her mind early in the season, and she couldn't really get back to Korea, and that was the tough part. The travel restrictions that were in place at the time. So these players are pretty tough mentally, but there are certain things that you really can't get off your mind.
She has 128. Signals for a 9. I think this has to be just a really little one, though. Yeah, just a controlled swing there.
Good shot.
Ultra competitors fighting for every single shot, because you never really know when it's going to come back for you, and that's a great birdie there.
Boy, you're so right, Karen, and it's not always easy to fight for 74 instead of 75 on your worst day.
The longer players don't actually have to dial it back. They can still go on and full on and hit a big drive and then just have a little shot in. It should be an advantage for them.
Yeah.
I think she thought that was going to spin back.
Yep. But it's such a huge break, and then you put the flag in a fairly accessible location.
This from 88 yards.
Yeah, not many players can spin it like that out here.
She's got a chance for a 4. And that is her 4th birdie in her last 5 holes. And Lydia Ko might not win the Aon Risk Reward Challenge, but she might win another tournament. All right, a 3rd shot here for Jin Young at 14th.
Sand wedge just barely in the rough. 85 yards and the beauty.
Here's Ali Ewing. Oh yeah, went straight at it, not far away from going in. Wonderful tee shot there from Ali. Ali Ewing for the birdie. Had a good run here last year, finished 2nd at the Pelican Women's Championship. It was played for the first time, a new event in 2020.
There you go.
I give her a lot of credit. I think at that point I would have been paralytic.
Nicely done.
I like your chances of finally getting one to drop.
A rare missed up and down. We showed you that KPMG Insights stat. But Lydia.
Leaving that to you, Tom.
Yeah, it should slope from front right to back left.
Yes.
It's a little heat on it here.
It's going to be
Good shot.
And this hole is just slightly blind.
Jin Young Ko for a birdie.
Shouldn't turn a whole lot. Very quick, as we saw with Lincecum's putt. Bucket.
Very good. So Jin Young Ko getting into the mix here, climbing up the leaderboard.
And keeper card. Perrine Delacour began the week 64th in the race to the CME Globe. She's currently projected at 62nd, which would get her in. And in the third event of the year here in Florida, Ocala, Jenny Coleman finished third, and it's really begun a huge season for her. First full season on the LPGA Tour, really. And Jenny came in 61st in the race to the CME Globe. At the moment, she would miss the cut. She's tied for 76th place.
Turning left very quick down that slope.
I kind of like the second putt she leaves herself when she doesn't make it.
Yeah. Sun peeking out here near noon. Danielle Kang, 16.
That's an 8-iron from 144, just hanging out to the right a bit.
Yeah, pretty good opportunity.
Ball's on a slight downslope, so she's playing this a little bit off her back foot, trying to keep the trajectory down a little bit. This one's on a good line.
Oh,
yes, it is.
Nearly perfect. And Nelly Korda will have that to take the lead.
They're already on a big stage. They're already seen as superstars, and whereas somebody coming from a smaller golfing community like the Philippines, it's not quite the same.
Now up at the green, Lydia Ko. This hole has not given up many birdies today, just 5 so far.
9 under for the tournament, up 1. Here's Jin Young at 17.
108 with a soft pitching wedge, which will really help so it doesn't spin back.
Kind of a tough hole visually with that second shot. Green sits up, and it's there's not a lot of room up there. With Jin Young Ko here at 17 for birdie. Player struggled to read the screen yesterday. She thought she had that one. 3 under for the day, 1 hole to play. Team moved up to the 18th.
This is that 54-degree wedge again, so this is just going to be a nice controlled swing here into the wind. It's a lower trajectory.
Yeah, just got the numbers dialed in. She's a bit unlucky that spun away. Nelly up the hill. Oh, that one just kind of went straight left on her there. Winning score last year was 14 under par. Nelly was nursing a bit of an injury and was watching. She was outside of the ropes watching her sister. Kind of trying to stay incognito, but we spotted her.
Danielle's got 106. A little bit breeze into her. You can really be aggressive. You've got to take it to this hole.
Yeah, it's tough to do. Players don't want to go long.
Just 60 yards left for Yuka. Ball's on a bit of a downslope, which is always quite nice when you're playing back into the wind. Helps to keep it down, and that's just a little flick for her.
Oh, that was terrific. How about that for distance control?
Completely different hole because of the hole location. Today on the far, let me get myself right, on the far right side of the green.
Lydia Ko was already into her own when she came onto the LPGA Tour as an amateur, won twice before turning pro. October of 13, and a tap-in birdie for Lydia. And a 66 after the 67, and she is in contention. Christina Kim is one of the great stories. Incredibly, she is in danger of losing her card. She was 98th at the race to the CME Globe coming in. She may go from, after missing the Monday qualifier, getting the sponsors invite. Played her first Solheim Cup in fall of 2019, Judy. Then she won last year.
Should be plenty, but oh, that sounded mishit. The hair certainly was steep. Good miss.
Boy, and that speaks to her consistency.
It worked out well then, trying to finish it well here. Very slippery and very straight down the slope. That's on a great line.
She knows how to finish, Judy.
Well, yes, she does. And, you know, they put heart monitors on players here and there. I just don't think hers ever, you know, changes very much.
At the par 3 12th, it's the third hole of the day for Jong-un Lee 6. So she birdies the 12th for a second consecutive day.
So the bubble is moving.
Good day yesterday for Lexi Thompson, getting her second round started here after a 65. Oh, and that is as good as we have seen at this 10th.
And pretty hard to do over the big roller coaster that crosses the center of the green.
This is drawing left. Good use of bank there, though.
Take it to the bank. She's got that to get to 10 under.
Well, this one is downhill, so speed is an issue here.
She has had a lot of 1-foot comebackers.
It'll be 30 putts for Nelly in a round of 66.
Some 40 yards of green from left to the back right.
It's a clean strike. It's pretty right at it. This is a great shot.
Oh, wow.
That is a great shot.
Birdies won't do it. Yuka at 18.
This one just 137. I mean, took her drive up over down the right side. And this is a green light shot, just like that.
She's been really impressive today.
And this for a 64 for Yuka.
Well, as Judy was saying, I mean, really came on fire these last few holes.
Tiffany Joe getting her second round started. She announced her retirement from the LPGA Tour after a decade earlier this year. Now she's a college coach. She is one of the great course jesters on the LPGA Tour.
Yeah, she won here. Se-Young Kim's second.
Pitching wedge. That shut face that she does keeps it pretty low, limits the spin. Little left. Good weight though.
Good shot there. I would expect a good weekend for her.
Perrine Delacour with a bogey.
The ground is a little soft underfoot where she's standing, but because she's got a fairway wood, I think it makes it a lot easier. This is a good looking strike, slightly left of the hole.
Yeah, she's a natural right to left player, very natural right to left player, and that's a beautiful shot.
That'll be to tie the lead. So she came into the week not sure she'd even have her LPGA status for next year.
This downhill with the flag in, which is what she's been doing. It's a good looking stroke. Yes.
And Christina Kim, who was not in the tournament until an 11th hour sponsor invitation on Tuesday.
She likes fast cars. That's a little left of it.
Pretty darn good.
Damn.
just 26 putts yesterday. That birdie drops at the 12th, and Lexi's within 3.
And she doesn't really get the fanfare that her talent level would suggest she should.
I agree.
She's fine with it, but we don't like to see that change. This is a little right, needs to stay there.
It's a couple of feet from sliding down into that bowl and maybe off the front of the green.